We are literally at a position where collectively, working in harmony, we can do most of the things that, and take the responsibilities, which in the past have been attributed to the great deities of the past.
If there was no way for players to basically stand out on a pedestal, I kind of don't see a purpose to it. Like, I'm ultra competitive. I can't play a game and just have fun. Like, you know, even if it's 7 people and it's all grannies at, you know, bingo night at, like, your nursing home or whatever, I'm still going for the win. Like, like, I don't care that you're 70 years old and this is fun, you know? Like, I need to win. And so I'm that competitive that RTS games kind of offer that skill ceiling. My uncle was like, he traveled around the US for Mortal Kombat and all this other sort of stuff, so he kind of got me into games. But the atmosphere, the personalities inside of it, the people are different. Gamers are just different, and I like them more than, say, the average, you know, high schooler or college student or something. They're really bland to me, whereas gamers seem to have something else to, like, offer inside of their personalities.
Intellectual advance, or now we know it.
Basically, with StarCraft 1 or something, I remember, you know, arguing till I was, like, blue in the face about how these pro gamers can make money. And of course, you know, because it's completely locked inside of Korea, no one really believes it. And you try to, like, show them all these facts and sheets and, you know, stuff about their sponsors and stuff, and they don't want to hear it because they're like, no, you can't play a video game for a living. StarCraft 2 is basically one of the first games, you know, now along with, like, League of Legends and stuff, that is driving, you know, the Force into the world. So now I think kids coming into it, 11, 12, 13, they have a super advantage from anyone that was, you know, 10 years ago did not have. Because now you have all these events, all this money that now parents and organizations and schools, etc., cannot deny that there's this, you know, there's an elephant in the room that's starting to come up. Not anyone could have replicated what Flash did in StarCraft 1. That's just a God-given fact. Talent exists, whether people want to accept it or not. If it didn't exist, there is like 10 million kids right now in the United States that are, you know, football players that they want to be the next Tom Brady, the next quarterback. But you know what? They won't. They never will be. Whether it's because they don't get the chance to, or they just never would. If it was so easy that if you just work hard and, you know, you believe that you can do it, then you can, then you would have a million Derek Jeters, a million Alex Rodriguez's, a million Mickey Mantles, you know, you'd have the next Michael Jackson every single day. You'd have the next Justin Bieber whenever he wanted it. That's not how it works. There is something that separates these players from the other players. And of course there's a line drawn where, yes, everyone can be a pro gamer. But can you be a Flash? Can you be a Jadon? Can you be an MVP? Can you be an ST? Not everyone can do that, the same way that not every kid is born able to be a neurosurgeon. I'm sorry, the brain's just different, you know? And I'm not saying that someone's stupid, but pro gaming, the RTS, the skills needed to be a good RTS gamer, it's just not for you. I don't know if I'll ever be able to be a Flash or something, but I'm not going to know till I try. But at least I'm at a crossroad where I can try. My income now comes from streaming, which, you know, basically I can earn ad revenue through Twitch TV, who's like a great broadcasting company. So it's completely dependent on where the scene stands, how I'm able to either market myself, or if I'm playing well, performing well, or if I'm dishing out, you know, enough good quality stuff. So it's really, really hard sometimes, and I get afraid, money-wise. And then, you know, sometimes I also panic just because of my age. You know, this is still kind of new to me, even though I've been out here almost 9 months. I'm still only 19. So this is like, you know, all the other foreigners that are out here, they're like 23 and up. So they're like, you know, kind of adults that some of them might have gone to college and already been through this lifestyle. But to me, it's like an equivalency of a first-year college student. And I'm doing it in a foreign country with no one, you know, guiding me. I guess the pressures of being a competitive StarCraft 2 player, it differentiates if you're a competitive foreigner or if you're a competitive Korean. And I guess in my regard, and other foreigners out here in Korea, we're competitive Koreans. In the sense that if we suck or we do bad, no one knows anything about us. But if you're a competitive foreigner, you go to these MLGs, you do well in an MLG, suddenly everyone thinks the world of you because you made it to the championship round or you made it to the round of 9 MLG. When push come to shove, there is 200 completely unknown Koreans on the Korean ladder that would completely laugh at top foreigners. So it's like, people have no idea how competitive and how stressful it is, because if we lose 5 games in a row, our mentality can completely break, like shatter. Some people might think it's only 5 games, but at our level, a 60% win rate is considered godly. For people to think about that, you're almost flipping a coin, and for 60% to be considered godly, that's just how stiff it is. It's a nightmare, really, if you're here in Korea. If you're a foreigner, it's Care Bear land. But, that's just how it is. I don't know. I could completely fail. I could be at my skill cap. But I'm going to keep pushing forward because I've still been having huge epiphanies and growth over the last few months.
If I can ask one more hard question, and then we'll go on to the more philosophical.
Yeah.
Why did you feel like you needed to cheat? Was it the pressure? Was it competitive?
The reason that I felt like I needed to cheat is actually a long story, some of which I don't want to go into. The other half was I felt really isolated in my real life for a plethora of reasons. And basically I wanted new friends, I wanted to be recognized, I wanted to, be like, oh, hey, people know my name on this gaming forum. And StarCraft was kind of like my escape in my life at that time. So I just wanted to be known. So I didn't think I was hurting anyone. I wanted to, beat these players to kind of befriend them, if that makes sense, and then play normal against them and actually become better like them, and then play them naturally and never hurt anyone. That's why I never used the maps in ladders or leagues or tournaments or anything. I just wanted to, be accepted by these players that I looked up to. The pressure to cheat always came when I felt like I wasn't good enough for someone or something or, whatever else. So that's when I would kind of cave in, is like when my emotions would get the most of me, or like my hormones or whatever. I don't know. But yeah, pretty much that. Basically when I was an idiot. This is kind of hard. If I could thank someone that has helped me get to this point in life, I guess it's not a person, but it's Team Liquid and how they treated me. Because they made me feel so shunned and neglected that the drive and energy that they kind of gave me to overcome that and just keep pushing forward and kind of saying, that's not going to stop me, helped me not just in StarCraft, but other things, because my like arrogance or my pride was able to be built off that, but then also molded in different areas to help me just become a better person. Had Team Liquid not had just done the stuff that they did, had they just kind of let me back into the community with like a slap on the wrist sort of thing, I don't know if I would have, gone back to cheating when I was 15, 16, maybe even 17, randomly or occasionally. But overall, they helped me a lot. My hopes are that for these last 5 years that I endured all this flame, all this bullshit, all this, smack talk, every door, not just even shut in my face, but like slammed, all the ridicule and everything, I hope that I didn't just push through all of that for nothing. And like I don't know any other foreigner that would have kept going after the amount of shit that I had to put up with. And yet I'm here today. So I hope it's not all in vain. And I hope that I can control myself mentally to keep improving the way that I am, and that I can actually be a foreigner that remains in Korea and isn't just, swept under the rug like everyone else that has come out here and, faced the Korean challenge.